before Kevin comes in here. I told him this wouldn't take too long, but this project's probably gonna take like 3 or 4 weeks. But he doesn't need to know that, so you guys don't tell him.
Yeah,
now where's my phone? I gotta show the viewers what a scam Tinder is.
Oh.
There we go. It auto focuses now. All right, see, look. It says swipe. I'm not gonna show you my password. And then you swipe, and then you open. And then it says, see who likes you, right? And then you click it. You gotta pay. I'm not paying. Welcome back to the E30 build. We're finally gonna do some more work on the car. We have a bunch of parts that came in, and
got your greasy hands on
yeah,
the hood.
I don't know what's going on there.
Wow, look how that paint cleaned right up.
Wow. Oh well. Anyway, we got a bunch of parts in. We also got ramps, some homemade ramps. They're pretty mint. This is a full rebuild kit from ECS Tuning for the front and rear suspension. So it comes with all the bolts, comes with the tie rod ends, comes with all the bushings. It comes with everything. So the first step is we have to sort this into what's front end and what's rear end, because we are only going to be tearing into the rear end today. We will be dropping the rear subframe, and we will see we'll see how far we get on that. Not sure exactly. This is the first time dropping the subframe. But we'll get into these boxes and bring you guys back when we start working on something. So we got the car up in the air. The steps that we're going to take to start taking out the subframe is disconnect the, I think they're called half shafts, the little axles here from the diff. Then we are going to, actually before we do that, we're going to take the wheels off, then take out the axles, disconnect the suspension, disconnect the sway bar, remove the brake lines, drop the diff, disconnect, or first disconnect the drive shaft, drop the diff, and
just take out everything.
Yeah, so everything that's right here is going to be on the ground, and then reassembled with new pieces, because everything in here is pretty clapped out. I don't know if I'll be able to get this on camera super well, but where is it? Oh, is it gonna focus? Yes, you can see that that bushing is pretty dry rotted. So is that one for the shock. We figured out why the gas is leaking. It's leaking from the filler neck. The little rubber piece that connects the metal filler neck to the gas tank is completely dry rotted and just seeping gas everywhere. So that's that problem, which is really nice. And we will bring you back when we get somewhere with taking this thing apart.
You're not sad again, are you, Splash Gang?
So, took the wheels off. Now we have to take off these, what are they, Torx? Or they're hex?
They're heads.
They're hex, but we only have Torx bits. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Do not do this.
Yeah.
Do not recommend you do this.
Disclaimer, make sure you have the right gear before you start a project. I mean, we could technically go into town and get the right stuff, but where's the fun in that? Where's the adventure? This one fits, but I'm apprehensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because you're probably going to either break the bit or strip the...
Yup.
Alright,
Alright, well, we needed to get dinner anyway, you know?
Yeah, true.
You think you have the right parts and the right tools, but you never do have either of those things. So now you guys are going to come to China Freight and to wherever we get dinner and hang out. Because we're lonely. I mean, Kevin's not lonely, but I'm very lonely. If you're single, please hit me up. Alright, so we did not bring you along for the trip. Harbor Freight was going to close roughly 7 minutes after we got there, so I just kind of bought everything. I don't know which one of these I need, but we got it. I also didn't know, I think it was a 30 mil for the axle nut, but I'm not 100% sure, so we just bought all the sockets. And we got some Chick-fil-A. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is probably the best fast food chicken you'll have. And they fucked up our order, so we got some free stuff. We're gonna eat and then get back to this. So after a lot of heat and a little bit of research, we realized that there's a lock, like washer, that goes on the axle nut. So we had to melt that off because it was completely rusted on both sides. So we've got this one all taken apart, ready to go. This one, as you can see, is still smoking because we just got it off. And there's the axle nut there, and that is what's left of the safety clip, the retention clip, whatever you want to call it, the safety washer. So once that cools, then we can pull out the axle and we can continue disassembling the rear end. A lot has happened. It's very hard to keep shooting updates because we figure something out and then we just kind of run with it because we've been working on this a while. So what we have, the shocks are disconnected, the drive shaft is disconnected from the diff, sway bar end links are disconnected, this whole, it's like a control arm, disconnected. I'm currently working on taking the e-brake out, then working on the brake lines, while Kevin is working on taking out the struts. Once that's all done, we can drop the diff, and then once the diff is out of the way, we can try and figure out how we're going to drop the subframe with the exhaust in place. And I'll try and keep you guys updated as I can. I'm going to go to the other side and just show you what's going on over here. So he's just taking this off. And we've just been kind of like assessing the rust damage as we go to see what will need to be replaced in the future.
You're not sad again, are you, Splash Gang?
Baby, wake up.
sure you guys, 2:19 a.m. We have, let's let it focus. All right, so we have got the diff out. Axles are out. Brakes are disassembled. E-brake is disconnected. The speed sensor is disconnected. Sway bar is disconnected. Last step of the puzzle is we're gonna have to cut the exhaust because whoever put this exhaust in, there are no, what's the word I'm looking for? Flanges? There are no bolt connections. It's just one solid piece all the way from here to the headers. All right, so before the card cut off, I was saying how we have everything ready to drop the subframe. We are now in the process of dropping it. So I'm gonna set you guys up to watch this debacle unfold. And I gotta move that light because it's blinding the camera.
You're not sad again, are you, Splash Gang?
Well, sweet. It's out.
Let's see, we started this at what, like 8 o'clock? No,
Yeah.
7.
Let's let this thing focus. As you can see, it's pretty rusted on these bottom shock mount. This one's even worse. There's quite a bit of rust that we're gonna have to repair there. Luckily, the subframe mount bushings are poly bushings, and they're in really good shape, which is unexpected and really nice. And now we can do the rust repair here, here, over there, as well as service the gas tank without any of this in the way. We can also redo, I want to get some performance sway bars for the rear here and end links. I'm just so excited to have this thing out. The diff is over here. This needs to be resealed. We're gonna strip it down, paint it, make it look really nice. Oh! But yeah, we started this at 7, and it's now
3:04 in the morning.
3:04 in the morning,
So,
and we still have to clean up. So
that's that.
if they say you can't do it in a night, you can do it in a night. In the next episode, we're going to be putting all the new parts onto the rear subframe, as well as doing the diff, tackling the gas tank. So stay tuned for that. when we're well rested and can, you know, string along some thoughts. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm sorry we didn't film everything. It's really hard to get in a groove of, like, we figure something out and we want to work on it rather than, like, jumping and grab the camera. We just kind of dig into things. But we showed as much as we could. And we're super excited to get this thing all squared away. See y'all in the next episode.